Super Saiyan 4 is not after Super Saiyan 3, at least not in the conceptual sense, only conveniently, and from Goku or at least Old Kai's naming convention. I guess we could also say marketing convenience as well. But not just Super Saiyan 4, but Super Saiyan God. That is not after Super Saiyan 3 in the conceptual sense, only that it's the next level of power, albeit going in a completely different direction to Super Saiyan 3 in terms of power usage. It's no longer raw power, it's ki used at a divine level, thus creating a whole new branch of transformations for the Saiyans, where Super Saiyan 4 is also a one step back 10 steps forward approach because of the evolution process, in that the Uzaru has to be combined with Super Saiyan to go in a completely different direction, bearing in mind that the tails had become obsolete by then because the Saiyans had grown much stronger, and through all the lore, it's very strange to go back to what became obsolete in order to advance your power to the next level using a new transformation, that being Super Saiyan 4. But when it comes to Super Saiyan 3, what if I told you Goku mutates that form whilst training in the other world during the 7-year time skip between the Cell games and the Buu Saga? Now, a quick introduction to Super Saiyan 3 in case you don't already know. The Super Saiyan 3 form was introduced in the Buu Saga. Goku revealed this form, he had obtained it in the other world, but we do not know how he obtained it. Not exactly anyway. I did write an original story where Goku obtains the form whilst training with King Kai, and Goku finds this power deep within, and that power deep within inside him is who Goku is at the core. He combines his Saiyan power with his personality and character, I guess, because Super Saiyan 3 is the form that breaks limits. Goku is the character that breaks limits. It's the most personal form to Goku. But when Super Saiyan 3 was introduced in the Buu Saga, it was a huge deal back then. From the point he fought Fat Buu, even to the point where Gotenks fought Super Buu, Super Saiyan 3 was the pinnacle power for the Saiyans. And even during the Kid Buu fight, they were hyping up that form as Goku transformed ready to fight Kid Buu. It was only an inconvenient fight because Goku's body wasn't able to handle that level of power. As I've always said, it's not Super Saiyan 3's fault, it's Goku's fault at that point because his mortal body wasn't capable of handling that level of power, which later down the line, he was able to do that in GT when he regained his tail. He would have been able to do it if he was an adult. We've seen Goku with no problems with Super Saiyan 3 in Dragon Ball Super because he has much stronger forms that drain even more power. So Super Saiyan 3 is nothing by that point. It only was a big issue in the Buu Saga in terms of power usage. But not only that, Super Saiyan 3, he was fighting against Kid Buu, who is a stamina hack opponent. It's very inconvenient at that time, but Super Saiyan 3 was the best Saiyan form in Dragon Ball Z. It was made a big deal out of in the games, and hell, Wrath of the Dragon, that was an amazing movie. It showed us that Super Saiyan 3, that's the big dog, more than Ultimate Gohan as well. Now what if Goku stayed dead, trained in the other world, didn't come back in the Buu Saga? How far would Goku take his Super Saiyan power with all the perks he gets whilst being dead in the other world? It's been stated multiple times that when he was dead and in the other world realm, his stamina would take no hits. He could go on and on and on. He didn't even have to eat. He just ate out of convenience, and he likes the food. But being dead in the other world realm is totally different from Goku when he returned in the Buu Saga for that one day, because Goku was given a mortal body during his stay, which was why the Super Saiyan 3 form drained him dry, even during that 24-hour window. Goku wasn't immortal and had no stamina hacks when he was back for that one day. But how far could he take his Super Saiyan power, because he obtained Super Saiyan 2 and the Super Saiyan 3 form within 7 years. We don't know exactly when he hit those levels, but I think it's safe to say Super Saiyan 3 was obtained within the year as it came close to the Buu Saga, because he did say he didn't have much time to practice the form, but we know he has used it at least once in the other world, not counting the first time transformation itself, because he did say when using the form in the other world it was much easier, so he has tested it in the other world. I think it was implying the issue he was having, at least why it took so long to transform, was being able to tap into the power to begin with, because it's a power from deep within. We see that in the anime scene. Super Saiyan 3 transformation combines with the Uzaru, Goku reverts to a baby, and then it flashes, the Uzaru roars, and then Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan 3. That's implying in the anime that it's a Saiyan's power, every drop of Saiyan power from deep within. Now, if Goku continued to train at that level in the other world, with all those stamina perks, where would he go after Super Saiyan 3? How could that form mutate anymore? As we know, Akira Toriyama has stated that the Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 forms, which are called that at a convenience using Goku's naming convention, they are in fact mutations of the original Super Saiyan form. In fact, every form after the original Super Saiyan is a mutation of the original, including all the grades. You see, there is a grading system officially stated. You have grade 1, grade 2, 3, 4, 5. Grade 5 is actually Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2 wasn't actually called Super Saiyan 2 in the Cell games. So when you look at it like that, if Super Saiyan 3 is just another mutation, it could essentially be Super Saiyan grade 6, because it's the next one after Super Saiyan 2. So understanding that concept, you can see why Super Saiyan 4 isn't in fact after Super Saiyan 3, at least in that transformation line. We do not know if Super Saiyan 3 is actually the limit of the golden forms either. There could be a whole lot of unexplored lore down that transformation route. But if Super Saiyan 3 is anything to go by, any further mutation, we could safely assume it's extremely taxing on the raw ki, the stamina of the user, unless the next form after it is a perfect balance. It's funny I say a perfect balance because that's what Super Saiyan 4 was. It was a perfect balance. The form didn't even get hit with any stamina issues. Goku could lie unconscious and still be in the form. He would only fall out of the form once he's used up all of his power, which would be through his choice. And the reason why I'm talking about balance is because this could be a concept similar to that of Super Saiyan Rose Full Power. If you guys have watched Super Dragon Ball Heroes, I know the show gets wacky, but it's interesting. This could be an accurate mutation. You see, the Crimson Master Saiyan had access to Super Saiyan Rose 3. And then after that, he had Super Saiyan Rose Full Power, which was the long Super Saiyan 3 hair, but his eyebrows came back, he was more jacked. Yes, he had his tail, but he didn't look as barbaric in the face. In fact, the form pretty much suited his character, it looked more divine. Now, if you take away the Rose aspect of it, you know, similar to Super Saiyan Blue, if you take away the God Ki, the blue, it's just Super Saiyan 1. The blue forms, the Rose forms, they are God Ki stacked on top of the original Super Saiyan forms. So if you take away Rose from Super Saiyan Rose Full Power and just have Super Saiyan Full Power, no, we're not talking about Mastered Super Saiyan in the Cell games. That could very well be an accurate mutation, possibly the final level of the golden haired transformations, where the one after Super Saiyan 3 is Super Saiyan Full Power. A stable transformation, far stronger than Super Saiyan 3, but just another mutation nonetheless. And if we go back to GT Goku, when he regained his tail, even with his child body, his Super Saiyan 3 form seemed much more stable in combat until he just got beat the hell out of by Baby. There wasn't a power difference, but there was a stability difference. So you could even look at it like this. Perhaps GT Goku was on the way to mutate in his Super Saiyan 3 form before he got turned back into a kid. Because if you think about it, 10 years after Buu, then another 5 years going into GT, that's 15 years training with Super Saiyan 3 at your disposal. Knowing Goku's character, it would be likely that he would be onto something, taking that form, that transformation tree to the next level. But with his wisdom, he probably wouldn't use it unless he knew his body would be stable, because he's had a lot of experience in the past with the ascended forms, the Super Saiyan 3, not to use something which is going to be extremely taxing on your body. Yes, he transformed against Baby, but he didn't know his stamina was cut until that point. That was the whole point of that. The surprise there. I think the Super Saiyan Full Power, just the golden haired version of the Super Saiyan Rose Full Power, would be an accurate mutation, but it could be something totally different. And maybe in the future, maybe we will see more of the golden haired transformation and just how Super Saiyan can be mutated even more. Because you have to think about this, if Goku continued to train in the other world, think how strong he would be by the point of End of Z. Compared to himself where he was training with a mortal body for all those years. He would have a significant advantage, heck, in just sheer raw power. Being able to maintain those high levels and keep on going. The other world was a perfect place for Goku to continue his training. This actually takes me back to when Whis was talking to Goku and Vegeta. This was early Dragon Ball Super. He was mentioning that they continue to train the old way, they'll only get so far. This is why they have to change it up, use their ki to a divine level. And perhaps we could apply this in some way, in that if Goku continued to train, building up his raw power, his Super Saiyan 3 power, and just going to the next level, then with his mortal body, there's only so much he's going to be able to do because he is flesh and blood at the end of the day. He's going to hit a cap in terms of that way of training, which is why I think it's fitting he went down the God route and was far more technical in terms of using his ki, which made him stronger in a different way, albeit that different way was far more efficient than just brute power. But let's say Goku continued to train in Otherworld and achieve the next mutation of the golden-haired Super Saiyan transformations. Would that level be stronger than Super Saiyan 4, the Super Saiyan 4 we know? It's very difficult to say because when Goku was fighting Baby in GT, it looked like Goku was capped out in terms of where he was using the golden transformations. That was until he went in a completely different route with his tail, the primal power, and went to Super Saiyan 4. So if Goku was able to go down that route and attain Super Saiyan 4, but wasn't able to obtain the next mutation of Super Saiyan 3, then perhaps that next level of the golden forms could be stronger than Super Saiyan 4 or even Super Saiyan God. But again, theoretically speaking, it would depend on how Goku could tap into that next level of Super Saiyan 3. It's about discovering the forms, because if Super Saiyan 3 is anything to go by and how to draw out that power, then the next level of that could be difficult to unlock as well. But I still think it's very interesting that there could be a potential form after Super Saiyan 3, which could actually be called Super Saiyan 4 if Goku discovered it, because let's be honest, Goku kept training and then discovered a new level after Super Saiyan 3 whilst training in the other world. He would no doubt call it Super Saiyan 4, even if it isn't the Super Saiyan 4 we already know, because he did name Super Saiyan 2 and 3, just for ease. And just in regards to the old Kai referring to Goku as Super Saiyan 4, there was speculation that perhaps the old Kai had experienced a Super Saiyan 4 in the past, but that wouldn't make any sense because the legends only referred to, at least back then, the original Super Saiyan, which was a Super Saiyan combined with Uzaru, and they died in that form because their power became too destructive. There would be no way in hell that a Super Saiyan 4 would emerge from that unless that legend became a Super Saiyan 4 and then died. But then how would that even make sense for the old Kai to refer to the new form as Super Saiyan 4 when the one just before that was a golden great ape? Back then in that legend there was no Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3, so Super Saiyan 4 wouldn't even make sense even by the legend itself. The old Kai referred to Goku as a Super Saiyan 4. It appeared to be he sensed that that power was after his last big pinnacle, which was Super Saiyan 3. So it makes sense that the old Kai just goes, there, that's Super Saiyan 4. That's Goku's next level, that's what's going to take care of baby Vegeta, which it did. It was super convenient for the old Kai to just call it Super Saiyan 4, and let's be honest, he was trying to train Goku to use his tail and his power. It's likely he was just continuing Goku's naming convention just for the next level. Even in the GT Perfect files, it does state that Super Saiyan 4 can be considered a totally new breed of Super Saiyan, or Saiyan transformation in itself, not necessarily Super Saiyan. So no, I do not take the old Kai calling Goku Super Saiyan 4 as something to do with history or the past or any event that happened before. Based on Goku continuing to evolve that golden haired form, it's likely he would go beyond Super Saiyan 3 in some shape or form. I cannot see Super Saiyan 3 being the limit. It's just unfortunate that he stopped training with those forms throughout Dragon Ball Super. We didn't get to see anything after that because he converted to the God forms straight away. So why would he continue training down the Super Saiyan 3 route if the God forms are superior? But it would be interesting nonetheless to see where the Golden Age forms would go and what the next level would look like. But I think Super Saiyan Rose Full Power, just gold, would be an accurate mutation. What do you guys think? How far would Goku take his Super Saiyan power in the other world if he continued to train? Obviously Super Saiyan 4 wouldn't be accessible unless Plot gave him a tail and they went down the Golden Uzaru route, but I think Goku would discover something else using just the golden haired forms. Look at all the different grades, grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then Super Saiyan 3. It wouldn't make sense if Super Saiyan 3 is the final golden haired form. But saying that, it could look even more barbaric than what Super Saiyan 3 looks like, what Super Saiyan 4 looks like, because the Super Saiyan 3 has those traits. The no eyebrows, it looks ugly for intimidation purposes in battle. It's meant to look strong, it's meant to look scary. So if it's going down that route, perhaps it would look something like in the anime scene where you see Goku, you see a design that almost looks like Super Saiyan 4, but it's a sort of browny grey. Think of that, but gold. No eyebrows, a completely scary looking golden Super Saiyan. I mean, if you think about it, grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Super Saiyan 3, the forms do indeed get uglier the further they go. So it would make sense the next level would be terrifying in the golden haired Super Saiyan evolution process.